Bore should I tea? Should I tea? Dwi'n da iawn. Da iawn, diolch. Should I tea? Da iawn. First day back today after the weekend. So we've had Saturday and Sunday, and now we start again on Monday. I think you said that, didn't you? Monday. That's right, it's Monday again today. Should my Tywydd Heather might come along, but it's a little bit high log as well, and I think it's going to be a bit more high log later. Yeah. There's a fly in here. He might annoy me in a minute. And also, I've just remembered, I've still got this t-shirt on from the other day. I put it back on today, so I should have had a different one, but you don't mind, do you? You don't care. Right. I'm going to start off with a song today. We're going to have a new letter. And in this song are some words with this letter. In fact, there's a couple. Okay. So that, you see the fly. So this song is called Old King Cole. And it's a very old nursery rhyme. So here we go. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his dish, and he called for his fiddlers three. They're people playing violins. Okay, so that man's name was Old King Cole. And we're going to look at some other things that start with those sounds. Would you like to see my tray? Well, you can't because I've covered it. But we'll find out what's underneath. Oh, one of them's a bit noisy. Can you hear? So, underneath my tray today, underneath my cloth on my tray, we've got some things that all start with the same sound. Okay, so shall we see? And you can see if you can tell me what the sound is that they start with. Okay. A bit noisy. Ooh. Keys. Keys. They're Mr. Jar's keys. I don't even know what they're for. Keys. Right, say that word. Keys. Now, when you say that word, the first sound you say is with your throat, like this. K, k. Can you see I'm opening my mouth? K, and I'm using the back of my throat for that sound. K, for keys. One thing. Oh, this is my fridge as well. K, for corn. Say that word. Corn. K, 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 k. Corn. Keys, corn. Ready? Something else found in the fridge. Shouldn't be in the fridge actually, it needs throwing out. It's a very strange shape one. Carrot. Okay, bendy bottom. Carrot. Say it. Carrot. Can you hear the k sound at the beginning? Keys, corn, carrot. Oh, smells nice too. Candle. Candle. I didn't light it. That wouldn't be safe, would it? Candle. Candle. Oh, Grace has been baking today. Cakes. This has got strawberry jam and white chocolate. Oh, after my dinner. Cake. Oh, cake. There's two k sounds in that word. One at the beginning, one at the end. Cake. Remember it. Ooh, could you have a peep then? Cheater. It's not a brush. Don't say brush. Comb. A comb for your hair. Comb. Comb. Right, I've got one more under here and then I've got one over there. Oh, nice. Crisps. Now this one's got a k and a together to make a krr sound, but you can still hear the crisps. Yummy scrummy in my tummy. One more. I'm going to see if you can remember them in a minute. Ooh. Cushion. Cushion. Say it. Cushion. Right. Let's see if we can remember. Something orange. Starts with k. And you can eat it. Did you get that one? Something yellow and you can eat it. Starts with k, 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 k. This one's in a tin. Corn. Not much left in there. Corn. Something else you can eat that adds some white chocolate on top. Cake. My cake. My cake after my dinner, if I'm a good girl. Something that you can light and it shines. Starts with k, k, k. Candle. Something you can eat and it's crispy and crunchy. Crispy and crunchy. Crisps. Something that you could do your hair with. Not a brush. Cool. Something that you could open a door with. Keys. Jingly keys. Something that's nice and soft and you can rest on it. Cushion. Did you remember all those? Cushion. So, lots of things that start with a k, k, k sound. Now we're going to talk about the way that this letter looks a bit later on in the week. I will tell you there's 2 ways to write this letter, so you're going to have to do 2 letters this week. Don't worry about that yet. Think about things that begin with a k sound. Have a look around your house. You don't need, what was it? 57 or whatever it was. Just a few will be lovely, but it is quite a good one. You will find a lot of these, I'll tell you now, because when I was looking it was really easy. So I will leave you with that. So first job, go on a sound hunt. So I'm also going to put a sheet on a link for you to do, thinking about if things start with cut or not, sort them out. It might be a colouring sheet, colour, or you might have to put a circle around them. So that's that. That's the first job. Now, job number 2, we're thinking about things that start with k, 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 k. I thought you could make me a clever collage. Now, a collage is a picture that's made from sticking things on, and you can stick anything on, really. It could be, I brought a few things I pinched from Hopi. So you could use some materials. I've got some nice pink felt there, different colours. She's got a little collage pack here, so we got some feathers. I don't really want to get these out. They'll go everywhere. Got some feathers. We've got some pom-poms. We've got some pipe cleaners. I use them to make my crazy cuboid the other day, some lollipop sticks. But if you don't have any of this, if you do, you can use this. Think about your picture, stick things on to make a picture. But if you don't have anything like this, or not much, you can use anything really. You could use some cereals, some rice, some pasta. I've seen lovely collages using things like that you can stick on. You could go and find some sticks in the garden, make a picture with those, bring them in, stick them on a piece of paper, some leaves, some flowers. If mummy says you can pick them, mummy or daddy don't take them unless they do. You could even use things like dog biscuits or anything really. You could use flour to put some glue on, tip the flour on, tip it off again, glitter if you've got it. Anything you can think of to make a collage picture, so sticking things down. But the really important thing is, and I haven't asked you to do this lots of times, usually I just give you lots of things to stick on and you just get on with it and stick them anywhere. But I really would like you to think about what you're going to make before you start. So get your things ready that you've got, have a look at the shape of them, move them around and think, what could you make? So you might decide to make a dog. So you'd need to find something for his body, something for his head, tail, legs. Okay, you might decide to make a flower. So you could make something for the middle of the flower, other things for the petals, something for the stalk and the leaves. It could be a face. So you're going to need nose, mouth, eyes, hair, something different for the hair. Have a think what picture you're going to make before you start. Okay, don't just put glue on and stick things on. We've done loads of that. It looks gorgeous, but I would like a clever collage picture today. So have a think what you're going to do. Don't want mummies and daddies to do it for you. So you've got to think where things go. Okay, have a think. Make me a clever collage. Send me a picture. We'll show everybody. That's job number 2. So job number 3. Now we've got to go back over our shapes, okay, so we keep those in our heads. So we've got some games to play with those. Before I tell you about the games, which are really easy, let's have a look at our shapes, see if we can remember what they're called. Okay, this one, can you remember what this one's called? It's called a cube. It starts with a K as well. A cube. Now let's think what a cube's got, because in our game you're going to be talking about this. So do you remember what these are called, the different sides of the shape? Do you remember they've got this word, faces, yeah? So what shape are these faces? Can you remember? They're all the same, and they're all square faces, and they're all flat faces, yes? And where the faces join, we've got edges and corners. And if you're really, really clever, you can call them vertices. Do you remember that word? And there's more than one face on here. I'm not going to count them again for you, because you're going to think about what this shape's got. Okay. Use something, if you haven't got a block like me, use something that you found the other day when you were doing your 3D shape hunts. Get a cube shape out and have a look at that one. I know you've not all got plastic shape. So cube, now this one's nearly the same but a bit different, remember. Could be squares on the end, could be rectangles on the end, and rectangles on the sides. Again, it's got flat sides, corners, vertices, edges. Okay, this one's a cuboid. Does it matter what colour it is? No, not today. We're not thinking about colour, thinking about shape. So cuboid, again, find a box or something that's cuboid shape, so you've got something to talk about. Remember this one? Some of you found things like tins. They're this shape. So we've got flat face there. What shape is it? Circle. And one at the other end. And then this one's not a flat face, is it? What's the word for this one? A curved face. It goes all the way around. It's round, it's curved. And we've got some curved edges. No corners. No corners on this one. Cylinder. Cylinder. Okay, remember? Find a cylinder shape. Last one. Remember this one? No corners. No edges. Any flat faces? Just a curved face. One curved face going all the way around it. Do you remember the name for this? This is a trickier one, isn't it? It's really hard to say as well. Sphere. Sphere. Together is really hard. Sphere. Okay, you've probably got a ball or an orange or something that's this shape. So here's the games. Actually, I've just thought of another one. First one. Take these somewhere. Perhaps get a big book or a tray from the kitchen or a piece of wood that's nice and flat. Make a little hill. Make a little slope like this with something nice and flat. Find out what happens when you put these shapes at the top. We did do this a long, long time ago in nursery, but it'd be interesting to try again now you know the shapes. Pepper's coming to see us now. She's just been out for a walk, but she can't come in, so So put your sphere at the top, let go, not allowed to push it, see what happens. Do the same with a cuboid. Same with a cube, just put it on at the top of the slope, let go, see what happens. Same with a cylinder. Now you could try a cylinder that way, or you could try a cylinder that way. Find out what happens, okay? You might remember doing something like this before. See if you do. And see if you can talk about why. So that's your first game. Second game, your grown-up can show you one of these shapes. So they might show you this one. Not going to say anything. They're just going to show you the shape or something that's this shape. And you've got to tell them 3 things about it. So you might say its name. That would be one thing. You could talk about what it's got. Okay, I'm not going to use the words now because you've got to use them. So what it's got, you've got to think of 3 things to say about each shape. Okay, so that's one game. Now the other game is a little bit different. Your grown-ups got your shapes. They could cover them over like I do with things on the tray. So they're going to cover them over, and then your grown-up is going to tell you about one of the shapes. So they might say they've got flat faces or curves, or they're going to describe the shape without showing it to you, and you've got to try and guess what shape they're talking about. Okay, that's quite hard. They're not going to say the name, you've got to think of the name. So they'll tell you what it's like, you've got to listen and then think which shape they're talking about. Okay, so that means good listening, good thinking. Okay, so there's some shape games for you to play. Right, one last thing. I've got a picture for you now. This is quite hard, so I'm going to hold it close. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's really close. Let's see if Sam can get that. Now that's a creature from under the sea, because we should be doing our seaside topic at the moment. That is a sea snail. A sea snail. It's a lot like a garden snail, but it lives in the sea. Can you see him? He's quite hard to see, actually. I think he's camouflaged against those pebbles so things don't come along and eat him. Now, I have a very, very silly song. In fact, that's what I call it, a silly song. Okay, and we always do this when we do our seaside topic, and I love it, and then the children love it. First of all, when I sing it, they look at me like that. But then the second time, they start laughing, and they pretty much keep laughing every time I sing it, to be fair. So it's a really easy song. You'll be able to join in because you know the tune. Are you ready? Happy sea snail to you. Happy sea snail to you. Happy sea snail, happy sea snail. Happy sea snail to you. Is that a silly song or what? But I love it. So, happy sea snail. We'll sing that again. You'll know that one next time. You'll never forget that one. Right, it is time to go. That was quite quick. Yep, so on with your jobs now. Yeah, I think that's fine. There's a link to put up for the sheet, the writing sheet, but otherwise I think we're going to be okay. So see what you can do. Send me loads of photographs and give me a big wave now. Ready?